It's hard to move the cattle every day, and they need to know the shortest path for the nearest water point, and also they could also have these rural communities from using their mobile phone, because in this area the most common IT tool it was the mobile phone only. So our this solution was should be related to mobile phone. So they developed a mobile-based application to manage these pastoral units named Kuchaba and Chel. So, okay. So the exist here it's just a short overview of the existing applications. So they're using the existing telecommunication operator. The user could just ask a request to our server in Dakar, and getting the information directly to their mobile phone for the shortest path and any more functionalities. So for those who don't use the mobile phone, they could use the transistor. How to call it is radio. Yeah. Yeah, through the radio station, the person in the radio station, he also got the information from our server. So the problem of this system was the lack of information about the availability of a pool, about the water of a pool, because this part is really dry, and also the quality of the water, how to improve it. So our idea was to use this sensor technology in each pool, so we could get the really know the availability in real time of a water point, and also having a quality control of the water. But you know, it's a pastoral unit, and the problem was how to deploy the sensor technology and how to route back data from each pool to our server in Dakar. So our idea was to use the mobile phone used by people as the sink to route back our data. So it's a little bit challenging, because they need sometimes special mobile phone. So we discovered that in the existing project, these people, they got mobile phone from this project, and it was some professional Nokia. So these Nokia, we should use them. If the breeder is approaching one water point, we could use, without telling him, we could use his mobile phone to route directly the data to our server and to know more about this pool.
So, and then this thing is actually not such a new idea, because we saw in some another country, like Bangladesh or India, they are doing the same. And in this PowerPoint is existing that blog. It's a bit more information inside about that type of project, and we just remove it from here. So, for example, if I remember it, in the Bangladesh there was one problem for the arsenic, I think, in the water. And then many of the people, they are using just drinking water, just normal water everywhere, I don't know, in the forest or any type of water point. So one idea there was that how we can inform to people, this water is drinkable or not, can you drink it or not? And they did it, and it finished, and then there is a document about it. So I just link it in that video. If you will be interested, you can check. Based on that thing, we came also to our idea. And here one example is this about flood detection in the tropical country. They did, and again there is an existence document about the project. We went through it, and then we were thinking that our project is going to be almost same. So it is not something very new, which is not possible to do it. It's already done, so we can even improve it for the local area. But with all this type of any technology have some problem. Which actually in this last month we was discussing with Papadam about it, and then that problem was things. One of the problem is, for example, energy. Another one is bandwidth, and then the quality. So for this type of thing, you really need to think about locally. So if it's good the Papadam is in this project. So if you're thinking that someone from here just go and do, maybe it cannot. But if someone is inside the Senegal, can knows about the area, and then how far is it, is there any electricity there or not, what is the temperature, how is the people, how is the reaction of people if you would put different type of electronic stuff in the forest or something. And all this type of thing is one of the problem for this sensor network. And then there is many of other examples. Like last Clint was talking why we cannot use the sensor network in the tourism and in business or in the another I don't know, another idea. So we will just open this question for everybody. If you have any type of example or idea, maybe you can discuss with us and with Papadam or future, then maybe we can communicate. Also welcome to ask any question.
I have it for the ideas.
Yeah.
Well, I was really briefly in Tanzania once and talking with one of the farmers. I mean, I don't know if in Senegal they have done that or someone has been thinking about it, but I found it really interesting. Is one of the problems with the farmers is that suddenly everybody produces tomatoes, go to the town and the prices drop. And then, I mean, they don't have this kind of logistics as for example, in this part of the globe. Then we were thinking how we could help the farmers associations. I mean, because they're communities and they're associated to actually then know what is going on in the market. Then, I mean, it's not directly just sensing the weather conditions, but it's that same networking thing about how to transmit information. Then you can really help the farmers to keep the prices and don't make them lose. Do you know what I want to say? All this demand production thing?
I think, for example, usually farmers, they use these communities radio. They usually listen to these communities radio. So my idea is from a project is to implement an information system in the radio in charge to inform people about the situation about farmers and what they are doing and what is already done now in the market and what is available. And
what I would like is your idea when I write it here is that use the past record for future prediction. This is really important.
But that's tricky because a lot of these countries do not have past records.
Yes. I mean, so if you can save this past record somewhere in some database, you can first inform to people in that moment. But in future also, as you told, you can easily predict. For example, I don't know, if the weather is going to something, then you might see that, I don't know, the product of tomato is going to be so increased. Maybe you should not produce tomato or some smart system.
Yeah, well, that was from the brainstorming and ideas because at least I know in the specific context, it's a need. And I know they don't have this past record. I mean, it's something they have to implement right now, trying to figure out, how you can help. And of course, you have these weather conditions, you know, more or less, perhaps you can figure out how the tomatoes, when they will be ready or such, but it doesn't mean it's the correct time to send it to a specific market. So I have no idea, but I think there is a lot of logistics and information that could be more like future applications.
They can use an information, they can implement an information system. It's based on software and it doesn't need really big amount of money, and it's not difficult for people from the radio station to use such technology.
But apart from, you may have the information and perhaps they can exchange the information, but there are other challenges.